How's it going, guys? It's your man TheReaLRush here, bringing you guys another video here today on Fallout 4. Now, in the last video, we talked about the things that made Fallout 4 good, some of the new things that Fallout 4 brought to the table in the Fallout series, and even just the Bethesda games in general as far as Elder Scrolls and Fallout goes. And today we're going to talk about the bad things. Now, I know I talked a little bit about bad things in the good things video, which is kind of weird, but there is, sadly enough, there is a lot of things that Fallout 4 kind of failed on, but it is to be expected though, because Fallout 4 is so ambitious. I mean, when you try so many new things, especially in a series that has such a cult following for the most part, you know you're gonna get things that people don't like. But I was watching, I think it was a Mr. Matty Plays video, I'm not sure, I think it was in a podcast or something like that, and they was talking about things that they experimented on, like with the settlement mode. A lot of people didn't like it because they felt it didn't feel like Fallout, but they said that, you know, if Fallout 4 had been the first game in the franchise, then settlement mode people probably would have thought was so sick, because, you know, it would have been Fallout, whereas, you know, Fallout 4 is the first game to have it and just doesn't feel like Fallout. But, you know, we'll get into some of the good things about it. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I am part of the small group that does enjoy settlement mode. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever, but I do enjoy it quite a bit. However, I don't like how a lot of the DLC is surrounded around the settlement mode, but I will get into that into this video. And the first thing I want to talk about that Fallout 4 kind of lacks on is an engulfing story, like as far as the main story and even the side quest goes. It's just Fallout 4 just lacks that wacky Fallout feeling to me. And as far as the side quest goes, because I remember in like Fallout New Vegas and like there was this, oh, I gotta fix this, sorry, but there's this one mission I remember in Fallout New Vegas where people were killing each other for Sunset Sarsaparilla stars or whatever it was, and you go through this entire thing thinking there is a huge treasure to find with these Sunset Sarsaparilla stars. Everyone's killing each other over them. You get there and there's this like little hillbilly Festus machine, and then you get inside the actual vault and there's a bunch of like little sheriff stars, and people were killing each other over this. Things like that is very dark humor. And the old Fallouts, like Fallout 2, I know you can be like a porn star or donate your sperm and things like that. There's nothing like that in Fallout 4. And as far as the main story goes, Fallout New Vegas is my favorite Fallout, and it felt like the main story really just kept me going. Like, I remember starting the game, looking off into the distance, and I felt like it took forever, but I tried my hardest to get to New Vegas. I remember first time getting there, and it was the greatest thing, whereas there is nothing like that in Fallout 4. I guess you could argue Diamond City's like that, but to be honest, in Fallout 4, in my opinion, Diamond City was actually kind of annoying, and it wasn't like big like New Vegas was in Fallout New Vegas. It was just kind of there, and there was not much to do with it. There was you went there and you had to search Kellogg's house, and that's pretty much the only thing I can think of that you really do in Diamond City, is, you know, other than talking to Nick Valentine or Piper. And in the side quests, there's a lot of them. There's so many Radiant quests, and like where the Minutemen and the quest, like all the side quests where you have to go and help this settlement, I freaking hate. I just hate that so much. It's so annoying, because the Minutemen could have been so much cooler. It had that not been all they were. I wish there was more to the Minuteman than just, you know, well, we have to help this settlement, and you go do the same thing you've done 40 times already. It's really repetitive and gets really annoying, especially the more you play. I completely ignore those missions now. Like, I used to like never want to fail at one of those missions and have like a settlement get hurt or whatever. Now I'm just like, whatever. I don't really care that much. But like the next thing I was going to think about, or going to talk about as far as the side quest goes, is the rewards for quests. Like, I know in Skyrim, doing certain like side quests, like I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of the Daedric princes, and I don't remember which one it is exactly. But I remember you go through all this stuff because you go and you're trying. There's necromancers inside like this Daedric Prince's dungeon. You have to go and kill the necromancer, and it actually is kind of difficult. But I remember, and she shoots you into the sky. I'm sure if you play Skyrim, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't remember the name of it though. But anyhow, I just remember that it was so cool. There's nothing like that in Fallout 4. I think the most unique side quest there is probably the one where the USS Constitution, and like it flies into like the building after doing all this stuff to get it to fly again. It just fails and flies into the building, and then there's probably the one with the Chinese submarine. But and there's no big rewards for anything. I feel like there's nothing like the Thieves Guild or in Skyrim. There's nothing like that. You kind of do like one mission for someone, and then you kind of don't get anything from it. It's really sad, and it isn't as awesome as like some of the other ones, like in Fallout New Vegas, where you go and you try to find you go to, I don't remember exactly what vault it was, but the vault that's overgrown with all these plants taking over the vault. The next thing I want to talk about is the amount of weapons in Fallout 4. There is not as many weapons in Fallout 4 as there has been in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I do remember something like there's like six or seven like laser weapons in Fallout 4, whereas there's 12 different ones in like New Vegas. It's just things like that. There's so many more weapons in the other games, and there's so many more unique weapons, like in Fallout 3, the alien blaster, or I can't even remember like some of the ones from the game. It's been such a long time, but there's not as many unique. Like they have the legendary weapons, which in my opinion I don't really like all that much. Anyways, it's just kind of I'd rather get like the really cool unique guns that are like secret guns or whatever. I know there are some in Fallout 4, but it's not like it used to be, in my opinion, and I love those a lot. The next thing I want to talk about is the settlement mode. The settlement mode was kind of a hit or miss with people, and I liked the settlement mode. It was just there was not enough to it to to make everyone happy. Like if settlement mode had quests, and every settlement you went to, there were certain quests and things you had to do and build in order to complete the quest. It would have been so awesome, and there would have been so much more to it, and I would have loved that. But instead, it's kind of, you find this place, you can use the workshop now, and what do you do with it? It's not really, you don't have to do anything with it. It's kind of pointless almost, especially as far as like progressing the story goes or anything like that, or giving you any kind of, it's just not very well done in my opinion, and a lot of it is a little bit buggy, and it's something that was supposed to be optional really isn't optional in Fallout 4, because there's part of the main story where you have to use settlement mode, and like Todd Howard before the game came out said that settlement mode was completely optional, which it wasn't. And I think to me the biggest thing about Fallout 4, the biggest downfall in Fallout 4 to me is its DLC. Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas had some of the best DLC ever to come up with any game for an amazing price. Now, you could get like the season pass for Fallout 4 for $30 as well, but there's just, you get like 3 or 4 like Vault, or not Vault Tech, my bad, Workshop DLCs, and then you have Far Harbor, and then Nuka World, and then I guess there is Automatron, but there's just nothing like Fallout New Vegas. In my opinion, had some of the best DLC as far as like it all came together with the one with the divide, and it was so cool how it all came together, and it's like this. It's like you're being followed. I don't remember exactly how it went, but it was so cool. And then at the end of the DLC, I think I don't remember which one it was. I just remember it's the one where you go in the Great Divide. That might be actually what it's called. You could shoot a nuke at the NCR or Caesar's Legion, like things like that. That is so awesome. Where in Fallout 3, you get sucked up by aliens, and you go and fight aliens and try to break free, and you meet like samurais from like thousands of years ago. That is so cool, and they don't have anything like that in Fallout 4. Nuka World's probably going to be really awesome. As I make this video, it hasn't come out yet, but it looks really nice. Far Harbor was kind of cool. It reminded me of Point Lookout, but it wasn't as catchy to me as it, a lot of the Fallout in the past DLC has been. And then the next thing I don't really like is there isn't that many interesting enemies in Fallout 4, to be honest. As far as like, I think the most interesting enemies to me in Fallout 4 is like the different types of Deathclaws, and like you have the Chameleon Deathclaw, and I met a Mythic Deathclaw the other day. Like things like that. That's pretty cool, I guess, but there's not much difference in them. But whereas in like Fallout New Vegas, you had like these spore creatures that were from like mutated people that were that had been taken over plants in that vault I was talking about earlier. Whereas you don't have anything like that in Fallout 4. Like there are things like the Mirelurk Queen That's pretty cool. There are Mirelurk Kings, those are pretty cool, but you don't see them that often. I really like the Yao Guai, and you don't see that many in Fallout 4, to be honest, whereas in Fallout 3, I think you saw a lot. And in Fallout New Vegas, you had like the Mantis, which I'm not a big fan of the insect creatures. You have to fight like the blood bugs and stingwings in Fallout 4. I absolutely despise. They're so annoying to me. The bloatflies are a little bit better than the ones in Fallout New Vegas. The ones in New Vegas were just kind of there. They were kind of dumb. You like throw a rock at them and they just died. Whereas they're a little bit harder in Fallout 4, so that's good. And I think another one of the biggest ones that everyone agreed with as far as things that Fallout 4 had wrong was the consequences. Yeah, was the consequences for your decisions. There aren't really any big consequences for your decisions in this game. Whereas in the other ones, you could blow up Megaton, and it's so like things like there's nothing like that in Fallout 4. Again, like they tried so many new stuff that they forgot the old things about Fallout, the things that made Fallout, and I really don't like that. I hope in the next game, Fallout game, which is probably gonna be a long time from now, I hope they go back to like their roots, and it's just there's no consequences really. Like, I mean, what if you wanted to blow up Diamond City? Like, I want to blow up Diamond City. Like, can I do that? There should be things like that in the game, and there's not, and that really does make me sad because Fallout is known for those things. Those things are awesome. I love those types of things. Whereas in Fallout 4, you really don't have anything like that. I mean, sure, you can. There's the consequences for, like, say you go. And I don't remember exactly what mission it is, but you go get the Beryllium blah 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 agitator, something like that, and then usually you become either an enemy of the Brotherhood or the enemy of the Institute, depending on which road you go down. And I mean, there are like things like that, but those don't even happen until like later in the main story, and it's only in the main story. Megaton had nothing to do with the main story as far except for that Irish guy that your father had went to. You talk to him, and then you can blow up Megaton, and then that's it. Like there's nothing like that in Fallout 4. Sadly, side quests are a big part of it to me that keep me in the game, and it's just sad to me to see that that I love the series and I just hate for it to not do well. And Fallout 4 did do well. Trust me, it did do well, but it wasn't as good as Fallout 3 or New Vegas. And I hope Obsidian, because I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that Obsidian's gonna make the next Fallout game, while Bethesda works on Elder Scrolls or their secret project. I'm not sure exactly what it is yet, but I hope it is awesome. But I'm going to wrap up the video here. I hate how these videos get so long, but I get lost in talking about it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope everything, I hope y'all agreed with what I said. If y'all don't, please leave a like or leave a comment down below on me of what you guys want or think about what I said and everything. Leave some things that you guys think about. I don't even know. I'm tripping over my words right now. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, show some support, please, and leave some constructive criticism for me, things that I should work on and things like that. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. It's been your boy, TheReaLRush here, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.